Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going on to making assessments and using observations, lecture 10. Let me share screen. All right. So making assessments and using observations. So observations, we know we do, actually you can do every day, right? You can do anytime, every day. All right. It's basically to do some checking on students' environment, yeah, the environment the students are in, whether it's safe, whether how is their learning progress, yeah, whether their development, their developmental milestone have, whether they have achieved their development milestone for their age, yeah. Also, we can monitor their behaviors. We can track their behaviors. We can we can check, see how is their communication skills, right? How is their interaction, rather? How do they interact with other children? So this is how we can observe a child and see how we can help them. That is our aim. How we can help them. Yeah. So your rationale will be, why are you observing this child? Remember, if there's a question come out that relate to this, you make sure you make your rationale clear. All right, and your aim clear. I think aim, most of you can get it by rationale. Some of you get a little bit unsure in your answering. Rationale means, why are you choosing this child to observe? Okay, what is the reason of choosing this child to observe? Okay, maybe because, like I mentioned before, she is 6 years old, but she's running all over the place non-stop, and is climbing on the tables and chairs, for example. So you are wondering why this girl, 6 years old, even though you are active, it cannot be that active. So it boggles your mind, and then so because of that, you want to find out. So that is your rationale. Okay, understand, everyone? That is your rationale. Can you understand what is rationale?
Can, Miss.
Can. So in case there's a question come out, may not be the exact question that I'm just told you, but it may have something to do with aim and rationale. Yeah, so please get your rationale right. Okay, and then your aim will be, after observing this child that you have chosen to observe, after the assessment, after the evaluation, interpretation, you think, okay, how can you help this child to improve further? All right, how can you help this? So that will be your aim. Get it? Please get these two things right. Everybody, did you get it right? Can understand? Aiman, what is rationale? Aiman? Aiman, are you there? Okay,
Hello,
Angeline, what is rationale? Okay, Aiman, yes.
sorry, miss. It's just that there's a
Please speak
construction beside.
louder. I cannot hear you.
There's a construction beside me, miss. So I
Oh,
cannot
okay,
hear
okay,
that well.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I also can't hear you because the rain is also very loud over here. The heavy rain suddenly pour. Okay, then let me call someone. Angeline, can you tell me what is rationale? Angeline, come, let's not waste time. Okay, I call you, quickly answer. Otherwise, I won't know whether you are there or not, because I need to mark your attendance as well.
Sorry, Miss, did you call me?
Yes, I call you a few times. Can you hear me?
Wait, Miss. I can't really hear you.
Where are you?
I'm in my living room.
Huh?
I'm at my living room, so it's quite noisy, so I can't really hear you. Let me, yeah.
Okay, anyone got my question? Can answer first before Angeline? Anyone? Feel free, because if this question were to come out in any way they ask, then you know how to answer. Yeah. Tai Shi Yin, tell me how to answer this question. What is rationale?
The reason why you choose the child to observe.
Okay, you must tell, okay? You don't just say the reason, but you, so when you are telling that time, you must tell because I saw this, for example, okay? You must give your example, all right? It's correct, the reason, but give your example. Got it?
Miss, can you hear me?
Yes, can.
Okay. Sorry, Miss. Can you repeat your question, please?
What is rationale?
Why we want to observe the child based on what?
Correct. Why you chose that child to observe, right?
Mm.
So yes, that is correct, but also give your example. Why? Maybe you saw this up to you, okay? All right?
Okay, Miss.
Florence.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, what is rationale?
Not sure.
I've been saying so many times. You better be sure, okay? Now, as I said now, all of you, please pay attention when I tell you. Please pay attention when I tell you. That means it's something important, right? And I repeated so many times in case this question were to come out, the way they ask may be different from how I ask. If you understood the question, then you can answer. What is rationale? Okay? Somebody want to try? Kai Er? Zhang Kai Er.
Yes, me.
So please answer.
Same answer like the reason to observe and the.
Correct. Is the reason why you choose that child you to observe. And then what must you do in order to support your answer? You must give an. Give what? Give an example. Yes? Yes? Who said something?
No, I say must give an example.
Correct. Give an example. That's right. Thank you, Zoe. Okay, so now what is aim? What is aim? Abigail, what is aim?
The aim is to like confirm and find out more about the child's behavior.
Yeah, not clear enough. Your main aim, correct? That is after finding out, you know, what is your aim after finding out, after confirming about the child, this. What is the
It's to help the child develop better in that aspect.
correct? Okay, is to help the child develop, see which area need to be developed. Okay, all right, thank you. What about Tan Tiam Sin?
Miss, I'm not sure.
Aim, what is your aim? You please pay attention. I asked so many times and explained so many times. I try to answer. Don't straight away say not sure. I just explained so many times. Please pay attention, because as I mentioned, if this question come out in another way they mention, you understood the question, then you know how to answer. You understand? It may not be the same as how I ask you what is aim, what is rationale. It's so direct. But they may ask you, they tell you a long story, and then they ask you rationale, ask you aim, you know. So you must be able to understand the question in order to answer. All right. How about Jasin? How about Jasin?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, tell me what is aim?
I think it's aim to observe the children.
Aim is not to observe the children. Okay. Now everybody, please pay attention. Rationale is for you to tell the reason why you choose the child that you observe. Why? Okay. So tell the reason. Rationale is the reason why you choose the child to observe. For example, a 6-year-old girl jumping all over the table. So you are wondering why this 6-year-old is jumping all over the table non-stop. That is rationale. Understand? Hello? Please pay attention. I repeated so many times. What is rationale? If you cannot answer rationale, that means you are not paying attention. I have repeated even just now, the past 10 minutes, so many times. Now, rationale is the reason why you choose the child to observe. For example, okay, the 5-year-old child is not speaking. You only saw him quiet, look here, look there, follow people up and down. But when people talk to him, he doesn't talk. So you also thinking, you are thinking, why this 5-year-old child not talking? All right? So you want to know why. That is what? What is that?
Rationale.
Rationale. Okay? Can you get it? Please don't write wrong. I explained so many times, please. Okay, do not write wrong, okay? What is rationale? Li Siying, what is rationale?
The reason why you choose the child.
The reason why you choose the child to
Observe.
observe. And then you give example. Okay? Understand? Hong Hui Huan, are you here? I know Hong Hui Huan. Ho Hui Huan. Yes. I don't see Ho Hui Huan. She's not here, is it, today?
Yes, miss, I'm here.
Hey, why I don't see
Just
your
now I
name?
restart my laptop.
Or just restart your laptop, no wonder. Okay, so Hui Huan, can you give me, tell me what is rationale?
The reason of why we observe the child, for example, like a 4-year-old children are not able to read ABC, and then we need to observe why she can't read.
Okay, there is one example. Understand, everyone? Please tell me you understand, yeah?
Understand.
Okay, thanks. Okay, Jolene, you understand? What is that? What did Hui Huan say? What was that? Jolene? What Hui Huan just said, what was that? Please answer me, because I need to mark your attendance, yeah? As I call you, I will know whether you are there or not. Chong Eng Teng.
Yes, miss.
So did you hear what Hui Huan said just now?
The reason why you choose the child to be observed, for example, a 4-year-old child is not talking.
Thank you. So what is that?
Rational.
Thank you. Now I hope every one of you got it by now. Okay? I think I have been telling like almost 20 minutes already. You better know, okay? By now you should know, okay? If this question come out in any way they ask, you should understand how to write. Okay, now what is aim? On Jati. What is aim? I can't hear you. What is aim? Please speak, okay? Please speak. Your friends are waiting. What is aim? Tu Laiman, what is aim? Now, if I call you and you don't answer after 1 time, 2 times, I consider you absent, you know. I do not want to be cruel. I also want to be nice to you, but you must be nice to me as well, okay? So what is aim? Please answer me. I want to ensure that you understand so that you can answer questions. What is aim? Aim is, after the observation, your aim is to see how you can help the child with the suitable activities, suitable curriculum, whether you should continue with the program for the child or whether you should change the program. That is your aim. Can you all understand me? Please say yes. Ki So Ching.
Yes, Miss.
What is aim?
Pretty.
Huh?
See how you can help the child suitable for the activity.
Correct. How you can help the child, and then you plan for a suitable activity based on your finding, okay? Based on your observation. Understand? Okay. Liu Yuk Chi?
Yes, Miss.
So what is aim? Just tell me what is aim.
After observation, how do we help the child for development better?
Based on your observation, yeah? Okay. I'm going to ask one last person. I hope you can answer me. Trinity. Tell me what is aim. Trinity, are you there? Tisha Gayatri. Now you're better, that's why sometimes I like you to on your video, because you don't on your video, I don't see your face, I don't know where you are, you also don't know where you are. All right, then when I ask you question, even after telling you like how long, like telling you like 20 minutes, you still cannot answer. So it's very sad, okay? Please take it seriously that certain things that you must know, okay? And I've repeated so many times, and this is something that you have done for your assignment 1 and now doing assignment 2. You should be able to answer this simple question. All right. Turga, are you here? Is Turga in this class? Yeah, Turga.
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, why I don't see your name? Very funny. Okay, Turga, answer me, please.
Based on our observation, we have to how can help the child with the suitable activity.
Okay, that is your aim. So simple. All right, but of course you give examples lah. Okay, this is your answer, correct? If it comes up as a question for the test, please give your examples. All right, now I tell you already, you try to see how you can answer this better. Give your examples and give your supporting ideas. All right. Okay, I'm going to move on. You see, I'm still in front here. So if we look at this, this child, look at the child. Do I get partial credit for simply having the courage to get out of bed and face the world again today? Do you understand this scenario? This child, does he know how to do the maths? Do you think he knows how to do the maths or not? Looking at the picture, do you think he knows how to do the maths?
No, Miss.
No. Okay. So why you think no?
Because I am this picture, this boy was thinking and blur was he doing this question.
He's thinking. Okay. You see, he asked correct. He cannot do the maths. All right.
Yes.
See the teacher holding the cane, looking at him. And then he asked the teacher, do I get extra partial credit? Okay, they miss half a credit, for example. Yeah. Maybe this maths costs him 5 marks. So he asked the teacher, can I get 2 marks, for example? All right. Or simply having the courage to come to school, even though I do not know maths. That's what he's trying to say. All right. So if they give you a scenario like this, then the question may ask you, what kind of method of observation would you like to use on this child, for example? Okay, this is an example for you. So it's really up to you how you want to think. Okay. So now, which method is the most appropriate to, to record children's work, such as drawings, blocks, okay, puzzle work, children's interaction during free play, dance performance, okay, children's thinking skill, reading skill, okay, what kind of method would you use for all this? Yeah, so questions may ask you like, yeah, I give you a scenario about this child, what happened to him or what happened after and what did he do. So the question will ask you, which method do you think is the best for this child? Which method of observation? So you have to think, and then whichever method you choose, make sure you give your supporting answer. Whichever method you choose, you must give your reason why you say that method is suitable. Okay? Can everybody understand? Any questions?
No, miss.
No questions, huh? Understand, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. What is assessment and why do you assess young children? I think this is our first lesson that we were talking about. What is assessment? Assessment is assessing something, okay? Checking on something and giving some marks. That is assessment, yeah? Good, no good. A, C, for example, that is assessment. All right, and why do we assess in particular young children? We assess young children. Why? Who can tell me? Okay, now before I give you my answer, you tell me, why do we assess young children or kids? I call them children better. Yeah? Why do we assess young children? Cynthia? Why do we assess young children?
To
Why do we do observation, assessment? Why? Cynthia, who is that?
To provide the parents or the educator some information about the child development.
About child development, about that child's development, yeah. Okay? So that means you assess the child so that you yourself, not only the educator, you, okay? You are assessing because you want to know how is the progress of the child, okay? How is he doing with certain skills, okay? Is he already at the developmental domain? Has he already reached the milestone of the developmental domain at his age or her age, okay? Get it? Any questions? Any questions? Emna?
No, miss.
Can understand?
Yep.
That's great. Okay, let's move on. And who do you share assessment results with? Yeah? After you observe, after observation, you do your interpretation, you do your evaluation, you assess the child already. So what do you do with the assessment? What do you think you will do? After finding out all the details in your hand, all the record in your hand, you found out, oh yeah, she's like that, yes, confirm she's like that, like that, like that. Okay. And then you will, you will plan for a suitable curriculum for this child, all right, a suitable activity for this child. Okay, then what do you do with the result? After that, you can, coming out with a suitable curriculum for this child. Yes. So how do you, what do you do? What else can you do? You can share with the parents. Parents are more concerned than you because you're observing their child, right? There is a reason. Remember, there's a rationale. There's a reason that you're observing the child. So after getting the reason, you want to see how you can help the child. So you have planned, okay, I'm going to help the child to improve speaking. Maybe he cannot speak yet. How? Okay, how? So go to the speech therapist. How? Tell the parents want to know what you have assessed. What is the assessment of her or her daughter or his daughter or son, whatever. Okay? Understand? Any question on this part that I'm trying to very hard to make you understand? Any question? If no question, when I ask you, you better be able to answer me. Do you understand? Anyone understand or not? All understand? Abigail?
Understand, Miss.
Okay, so if I'm going to ask you, what do you do with the assessment? So what will you do? Well, I mentioned just now, after your rationale, you have your aim. So your aim is to do what?
To develop, to help the child develop better.
To help the child develop whichever area is lacking. All right? And also, with the assessment, what do you do? Who is interested in the result of the assessment? Who?
Are their parents.
Parents. So remember, you ask yourself questions and you'll be able to answer. Parents are interested in their children that you have been observing. So you will share with the parents. Yeah. Then tell the parents what you have observed, what are your findings. Tell her very discreetly, at the same time very constructively. Okay, don't hurt their feelings. Tell them nicely. This is what the assessment is for. Get it?
Yes, now I get it, Miss. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Assessment is, okay, now we come to assessment. Okay, the process of observing, recording, and otherwise documenting the work children do and how they do it. Okay, as a basis for a variety of educational decisions that affect the child. So it's a process of, one of the process of observing. After observing, okay, you do the recording, yeah, and then you document it, all the proof. Remember last week we learned about the proof of documentation, the proof of your assessment, the proof of your observation. So these are all your proof. The proof is for you to document it. Anyone asks you, you can show, okay? Any questions? Okay. So assessment is the process of observing, recording, and otherwise documenting the work children do and how they do it as a basis for a variety of educational decisions that affect the child. Yeah, it's for educational decisions. What do you mean educational decisions? Yeah, it's like an instructional thing. When you see the results, it's an instruction to you. What you have to do after that is to make a decision how you want to help the child. Understand? That's why when I ask questions and you don't answer, I get very worried, because you see, after so many lessons I ask you, you can't answer what is rationale, what is aim. Okay, it's already a 10th lesson and you've already done one assignment, and second assignment also halfway done. So you should be able to answer these two questions at least. All of you must get it right. Huh? What is rationale and what is aim? Make sure you get it right. I don't want to see anybody getting wrong answers for this. Explain and give your examples. Understand? Assessment in education is the process of gathering, interpreting, recording, and using information about pupils' responses to an educational task. Okay. All right. So it's like I said just now, it's getting information. Yeah, you write down, you record down, you document it. After getting all your raw observation data, then you interpret it. The first data is called the raw data. Nothing is changed. It's just what you saw and you write. Raw data. Then after that, you interpret it. Yeah, you interpret it. All right, you do some interpretation and of your findings, right? And then you see how you can help the child. Now, please pay good attention when I ask you later on. I will expect you to be able to answer. Okay, we are already at lesson 10 already. Okay, you're almost at the end, but not yet. It's almost there. So you must be able to know these two answers at least. Okay? Understand? Now, so why assess? Assist children's learning. Okay, why we assess children? We need to assist children's learning. All right. And then monitoring children's progress. As I said just now, we assist them. Once we know, once we interpret it, we assist them. Okay, help them, see how we can help them. And then we monitor their progress. Yeah, monitor their skills, their reading skills, their what you call that, their speaking skills. All right, things like that. Yeah, and their socialization skill. And then curriculum effectiveness, decide whether to begin, change, or continue any lesson. Yeah, remember what I said? Oh yeah, let me put this internet line. I didn't put, so make sure nothing disturbs my line. Hold on, let me put this. So so after getting all the information, you see what is the best solution for this child. What would be the best decision for this child? Yeah, what to do. Okay, and then to learn about children's needs, interests, and skills. Also, when you observe them, like many of you say, oh, I've learned about their interests. Yeah, you say that. Yes, it's not wrong. It's also true what they're interested in. Okay, what they prefer. Also, prepare a stimulating environment for children. Yeah, if you already know the reason about the child that you observe, so you can prepare a correct, most suitable help for this child. Yeah. So in case there's any disabilities that you observe, so how will you help this child? Okay, if there's any disabilities, you may need to bring it to the parents' attention, and they may need to seek professional help, for example. Okay, allow teachers to reflect on own lesson or teacher. Also the teacher, not only about the child, on the other hand, the teacher also can reflect back. Is their teaching enough for the children to understand? Okay, does the children understand what the teacher is teaching? All right, then you can make a decision whether to continue or not, or to have a new program. Okay, and also when you when you observe a child, okay, you are accountable to the child. That means if there's anything, you have to like you're accountable to the child, as in you should inform the parents what happened and things like that. Understand? And like explain to the mother lah. Oh, she's this, she's like that, but you don't be a doctor, all right? Just tell what you observe only. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? You see, you don't have questions. After that, I ask you, then some of you can answer, some of you cannot answer. Never mind, we will know later again, all right? Methods ranging from informal and open-ended to very controlled, structured assessment, yeah? So now, observation is one of the open, informal assessment, yeah? Because you go and do observation, what do? Is it very formal when you do your observation? No, right? It's very informal. You can sit down there, you can watch, you can move around, you can talk. It's informal. So what will be the standardizing test? Standardized test is very formal. It's just like your test, okay? Just like your year-end test or your semester-end test. That is formal, all right? So the results that we get, we often use to communicate with the children or with the parents also, and with the teachers concerned, whoever are teaching the same children that you observe. Maybe you can share with them, so all of them can understand the child better and can prepare a better curriculum for the child, yeah? And then also useful when discussing with other professionals, yeah? As I mentioned just now, sometimes we go to speech therapists, or it can be occupational therapists. Now, speech therapists will be those children who is supposed to be able to talk already and still not talking. So we know that their talking is slow. We send them to the speech therapists, all right? We send them to the speech therapist. So the speech therapist will help them to speak, all right, and will teach them how to induce their speaking. And what you call that? Speech therapist. The other one is occupational therapist. Will be for those hyperactive children. You know, as I mentioned just now, they run about all over the place. So what do? We send them to the occupational therapist. Those are the professionals that can help them to calm them down, and so that they can focus on what they are doing instead of running about on the table, on the chair, all over the place. That is occupational therapist. The data must be valid and the results used appropriately. So whatever results you have got in your hand, it must be used appropriately. Give to the right person to use. Don't simply hand out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay? You wouldn't want people to do that, right? So it's not supposed to do that also. All this data is supposed to be kept confidential. Okay, now, as I mentioned again, assessment, informal assessment will be how do you do it? You ask open-ended questions. Cannot see this. Okay, you ask open-ended questions. You ask open-ended questions during their free play, okay, or and then also when you get, as I mentioned just now, once you get all your data that you've collected, I'm repeating what I said just now. After you get all your data that you've collected, what do? You use it appropriately. How? Give it to the right people. Okay, not anybody that comes in and walk into your kindergarten. Now, see, my child observe. No, it's private and confidential. It's for the teachers who maybe who got contact with this child teaching, or for the occupation, or for the professionals that they can help this child, and for the parents, no other people. Understand? Aiman? Aiman?
Yes, yes, miss.
So who do we give the assessment results to?
We give it to other professionals.
Okay. Who else?
And the parents.
Okay. Or one more?
Or other teachers.
Yeah, the teachers concerned. Yeah, not every teacher also. Yeah, the teacher who has everything to do with the child. That means they're teaching this child. Yeah. Thank you, Aiman, for your answer. Okay, now we'll look at this. Balanced classroom assessment system. Formative assessment and summative assessments. Now you notice that what do I do every time I have a lesson, a lecture with you? What do I do? Who can tell me what I always do when I have a lecture with you? Like now. What are the things that I always do? Or that I usually do?
Ask us questions.
Exactly. I ask questions, you know. I always ask questions. Same. By asking questions, I will know whether you understand or not, or whether you pay attention or not, for example. So likewise, same thing. This is called formative assessment. All right, that is called formative assessment. Remember, formative assessment happens in class. Anything that is done in class, the teacher can see, and the teacher can correct you on the spot so that you can learn it straight away. Okay, that means when the teacher tells you something, he try to correct you, tell you, explain to you. Or when you need the teacher nowadays is like a facilitator. Yeah, they will just tell you this. Okay, you go and find out. That's what the teachers today is supposed to do actually, and not giving you all the answers. But sometimes I notice answers are all given to you, and then you still don't get right. That's very sad. Okay, so teachers are facilitators, like just children. When you are teaching children, it is why we talk about free play, why we talk about let the children play the way they like, learn the way they like. Because when you give them the opportunity to do that, they will be more initiative. Okay, they build up the initiative. They also will be more self-directed, what they want to do first. Okay? Okay, because when you get them to do this kind of things together with friends, number one, they learn communication. Yeah, when you do things with friends, you have to talk, right? Communication, socializing. Yeah. Also, on top of that, they learn to bear with one another. Remember, when you do your teamwork, yeah, your group work, you have to bear with one another. One person is slower, one person is faster. You just need to bear with one another. The fast one will say, "Ayo, that person do so slow," and the slow will say, "Ayo, that one keep asking me every day." You know what I mean? So that is called bearing with one another. So you learn all this. Okay, when you study in a group, when you study when you study in a class like this, yeah. And also, on top of that, you learn to be more self-directed. What is self-directed? Self-directed is telling yourself what to do. It makes you more initiative, yeah. These are the things that this today's learning will make a person to be a better person for the future, a better leader. So if you can see, look at the blue box here. A process used by teachers and students during instruction, that means during class time, okay, that provides feedback. Okay, now when you ask question, I can give you feedback. When I ask question, I also got a feedback from you. What is my feedback from you? You understand or you don't understand. You know the answer or you don't know the answer. That is my feedback. You see, when I ask you questions, right? Okay, during instruction that provides feedback to adjust ongoing teaching. Yes, you say something? Aiman, where are you, Aiman? So to adjust ongoing teaching and learning, yeah, to help students improve their achievement intended instructional outcomes. So when you teach a class, you always have your learning outcomes. Yes, first you have your objective, and then you have your learning outcomes. So when you ask the student, is to improve the student learning outcome, not to check on them where they are, not to scold them if they don't know. It's not that. It's to improve them if you do not know. So we can provide the answer, we can help, we can facilitate. All right. Summative assessment. Now, what is summative assessment? Summative assessment is a tool after instruction, yeah, to measure student achievement. Also measuring student achievement, but it is a standardized one. All right, it's standardized and it's like a test. Okay, which provides evidence of student competence or program effectiveness. Yeah, how effective is your program, or how much the students understood the lecture or the lesson or whatever you have told them. So it's to measure student achievement. Now, this is a summative assessment. Like you, when you were in school, you do what? Midterm test, year-end test, right? So now what do? You do semester end test, correct? So those tests are called summative assessment. Those tests are called summative assessment. Understand? Any questions? Any questions? Yes? Emna, any questions?
No, miss.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, can you briefly tell me what is informal assessment?
Something that doesn't have like a specific date, like not like a final test or anything, something that can happen just throughout any time.
During the lesson, okay? Okay, you're right. You see, at least she's paying attention and she got the answer correct. All right, most important you try, yeah? Okay, that's great. How about one more person? Let me ask. Trinity, I've not heard your voice, Trinity. Trinity, are you here already? Trinity? Hi. I really got to call you all like, you know, calm like that, you know. Please answer me, yeah. Tisha, Gayatri, you want to answer? Tisha, Gayatri? Any volunteers? It's best when I ask questions, you try to answer. Remember your attributes as well, yeah? Anyone want to answer? Jolene? Oh, I have, okay, Jolene? Jolene? Sung Jing Ying? Now, if I call you for the third time and you don't answer, please understand I will have to put absent. Okay? Sun Jing Ying?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, can you answer, please?
Can Miss repeat the question?
I've said it so many times. I say, tell me what do you understand about informal assessment?
I don't understand.
Why just now I asked you keep quiet? I asked you whether you understand or not. Oh, no problem. Quiet only. What did I say? Informal assessment. Informal assessment means the assessment that is done during the class. That means teacher asks you questions. Teacher tell you things. You shouldn't be doing this way. You should be doing that way. That is informal. It's done during class time, during activity time. So you were told this is a better way to do. Like that is better, not like this. That is informal. Understand? Can you understand now, Sun Jing Ying?
Yes, Miss.
Can you explain to me now?
Done during class time.
What is done during class time?
Informal.
Yes. What is done during class time?
When also.
Huh? What is done during class time? That means questions. Okay, the teacher will tell you, ask you questions or tell you how to do this, how to do that. Which is the best way to do during class time? Okay. Instructions are given during class time, not at the end of the year during your test. Now, y'all please pay attention, because if y'all don't get it right, it is going to be a very sad case because I'm explaining like half an hour for one thing and you still don't get it. So it's either you're not paying attention or you don't understand. So please pay attention because when I call you and one last time I'm reminding you, if I call you and you don't answer, I will have to put absent. Don't come and tell me, I came that day, I came, my line very bad. If your line very bad, you can type onto the WhatsApp group, I can see. Type onto the WhatsApp group, then I can see. Don't tell me after that, teacher, why you put me absent when I'm at present? Then you start making noise there. All right, because I call you many times and you don't answer, what do you want me to do? You tell me. Okay? Okay, let's move on. So assessment methods, okay, formative assessment again is again telling you again and again and again, what are those? Please pay attention. Formative assessment, yeah, that means we ask you questions. Okay, classroom discussions, teacher discuss with you like that, do this like that, it shouldn't be this, something like that. Yeah, discussion. All right, then you have some activities going on. Okay, teachers can guide you along. All right, feedback, asking questions and I get feedback just like now I get feedback from you. The feedback I get from you is the few 2 or 3 person I ask only out of 3 person, maybe 1 person understood. Okay, that is my feedback I get from you just now. So interviews again is asking questions, dialogues, yeah. Okay, students can do their own self-assessment also. Oh, how did I do this? Yeah, I did quite okay. Yes, good. Not very good, then you put not very good. So if you can do your self-assessment, all right. Okay, you observe and then you do your portfolio. This is the elements of formative assessment. Summative assessment, final examinations. Okay, as I told you, what is your exam that you get? Tell me, someone. What is the exam that you do that is summative?
Final exam.
Yeah, your final exam or your end of the semester exam. Every time end of the semester, you got exams. Yeah. Maybe when you go for your bachelor's, after your diploma, there may be at times you only do just assignments. Do you prefer that? What do you think? Do you want exams, the 40%, or you prefer 100% assignment? Which one you want?
100% assignment.
Yeah, you go for your when you go into your what you call that, your bachelor's, some of the courses are 100% assignment. Okay. So far, diploma, they haven't really started it yet, so you still have your 40% exam. Okay, thank you, Abigail. All right. Okay, this one tells you what assessment is all about. When the cook tastes the soup, that's assessment. When the customer tastes the soup, that's assessment. When your mother cook and you taste the soup, that is what?
Assessment.
Assessment, right? You're assessing the soup, how it tastes like, whether it's good, it's bitter, sweet, sour, or it's what you call that, too salty, for example. That is an assessment you are making. All right, that's great. That's what Brooke Hart says, yeah? Comparisons of assessments, yeah? Again, we are talking about formative and summative. So bear in mind, formative occurs when? Tell me, formative occurs when?
During instruction.
During instruction, that means what? Another word will be during?
During the class.
During the class. Thank you, Zoe. So please understand the thing. And then, oops. Okay. And then also, process learning over time. You have, okay, what else do we do? As I mentioned just now, the teachers facilitate the children, yeah? Just like what I'm facilitating you, right? When you're not sure of the answer, I give you the answer, facilitate. And then you also, from what answers I've given you, you can go find out and get deeper answer. Understand? Okay, so formative assessment is a continuous thing. Why is continuous? Because it's every time during the class. Got it? It's every time during the class. Understand? During class time, you see me, I always ask questions. That is one of the ways for me to know how well you understood, or whether you pay attention or not, or whether I need to repeat or not. Yeah? Okay, and it's always continuous. It's interactive. You see, we are talking, right? Every time I ask you, it's talking, interactive. All right, and it's informal. Okay, it's not a formal thing that when I ask this question, I must ask everybody same question. No, I can ask Emna one question, I can ask Abigail another question, I can ask Hong Hui Hua another question. Yes? So that is formative. And it's more personalized because I ask individually. Okay, what about summative? Look at it. Occurs when? Occurs when?
At the end, like, of the semester.
At the end of?
A semester or end of the year.
End of the year, yes. So those are the exams, standardized exams, right? So that is very formal, isn't it? When you do your test, it's formal, right? You have to be everyone doing the same questions. I don't ask you different questions during the test. All same questions. Yes? Anyone got different questions before when you do a test? No, right? So, and then it is the product of you after you have finished your course, you take the exam. That is your product, how well you have done. Yeah. It is your academic achievement. That's why people always go for academic achievement. It's periodic. What is periodic? That means it's at interval times. Okay, it's a fixed time. Every end semester. Okay. And then formal. Yeah, it's formal. I told you it is not interactive. Now, when you do your test, do I talk to you? Do I go there and say, hello, hello, can do or not? Cannot, I give you the answer. Do I do that? Yes? Jolene, are you there? Do I do that during test? Okay, bear in mind what I say, yeah? All right, formative and summative assessment are interconnected. They seldom stand alone in construction or effect. Okay, the majority of genuine formative assessment is informal. Formative is always informal. Okay, it's just like when we do our tutorials, when you do question answers, when we do quizzes, those are informal. Those are all formative. Okay, and I ask you to be able to give me the answer. It is widely and empirically argued that formative assessment has the greatest impact on learning and achievement. So it has been experienced, okay? People practice it, doing this kind of formative assessment every time during class. And you have learned that the students achieve more because they get the correct way of doing things right on the spot. Rather than when they are doing wrong, nobody say anything until end of semester. See, this is wrong. Next time you do like this. You see? You get what I'm saying? So it can be a little bit too late. Understand? Any questions? Vishalini, are you there? But Vishalini told me maybe her connection is bad because she's at somewhere kampung or something like that. At least you tell me and give me an idea, but don't everybody tell me the same thing. How about Chu Kai?
Yes, Miss.
What is summative assessment?
After the class and have assignments during the same semester and give them exam.
It's not after the class. It's at the end of the semester. All right. It's not after class. It's either end of semester or it's end of the year or midterm test. All these are called summative assessment. Okay. All right. Okay, again, we are talking about observation. All right, so observation will be, what are the elements in observation? Okay, you have done it before, you tell me. Look and tell me.
Running record, checklist.
Okay. Running record, checklist, some more?
Diary.
Diary. Okay. Yeah, sort of writing what happened, right? As one of the things. Okay, so and then observation is usually quick and easy. Yeah, it's more effective. And then natural setting is yeah, that means how you do your observation. You just natural setting means the place whereby whether you don't purposely go and make up the place. Okay, the children always play there, the children are always there. You use the same place whereby they are familiar. All right, you don't have to purposely do it. Get it? Okay, now observe children as they behave. Yeah, that's what you do during observation. Whatever you see, you write down. If your checklist, you take yes, no, whatever. Yeah. Then observe the children, how they learn, what is their learning style, because everyone have a different learning style. Even all of you have different learning style. All right. So observation also, you encourage parental involvement. Yeah. So that you can, because parents can give you some feedback about their children where you do not know, whereby sometimes you don't see it, during your observation. Understand? However, observational data are not fully objective at times. When you do your observation, sometimes it's not fully objective, as in there's no one focus. You are observing so many things. All right, there's no one focus. You're observing so many things. Sometimes it can be influenced by the surrounding. So your observation result may become different. Okay. Okay, now what is standardized test? All right. Standardized tests will be rely on specific structured procedures and instructions. Right? So like what I said, the standardized test will be your year-end exam, semester-end exam, midterm exam, that kind of stuff. Or sometimes you even have, after every chapter, you have one exam. Those days in school, right? Those are all standardized exams. And all the exams are the same, the questions are the same. That's why it's called standardized. Carefully developed to ensure dependability. All right. And then achievement, readiness. So it's developed to check on your how would I say? To check on your how much you have absorbed from the lesson. Yeah. To check your standard of achievement in that lesson, in that course, for example. Okay, what are the problems of standardized tests like your year-end exam, your final exam, or your semester exam? What are the problems? Problems can be inexperienced and unfamiliar with tests. Some of you may not have gone through this, they are saying. Okay, unless you go to a school whereby there's no test, Like Singapore is going to do it by, I think, 2023. Okay, next year they are going to do away with all the tests already, Singapore. All right, so if you don't give them tests, they may be unfamiliar with tests, a real test like what you have been doing. So the problems is inexperience and unfamiliar. Okay. Limited understanding of expectations, procedures, and instructions. Yeah lah, they just don't understand whatever you ask in the question. They just cannot understand. All right, it has to, someone have to keep telling you, oh, the question means like this, then only you understand. They cannot understand what is written there because they are not familiar with the kind of questions. Now we have come to another point about introduction of norm reference tests and criterion reference tests. Do you want to go for a break first or you want to continue? Yeah?
Break.
Are you so tired, Abigail?
No.
Okay, we can go for 15 minutes break. Now is, okay, we come back at 4:35, all right?
Okay, Miss.
All right, I'll see you at 4:35, 4:35. Okay, is everyone back? Or is it still waiting for the 1 minute? Okay, everybody back now? Please tell me if you're here.
Yes, Miss.
Thank you for your answers. Okay, let's move on. So now we are here to talk about introduction of non-reference test and criterion reference test. Okay, non-reference test, whether students did better or did worse than the hypothetical average student. Now, the hypothetical average student would mean that now everyone doing the same test, okay? The whole DEC doing the same test, but we only take maybe we only take a certain number of students, all right? Maybe one student from one class, for example, we take them, or maybe we only take one small class student. It can be any way, right? To check that whether to get the average of these students, and then we compare. Okay, we compare the average student inside this group that is selected, compare with your result, how well you have done. Whether you have done better than this average marks, or you have done worse than this average marks. That is called norm reference test. So for example, the ECE, you have so many groups, A, B, C, D, E, F, until Z, and then you got A1, A2, E1, E2, that kind of stuff, right? And then so from there, everyone doing the same test. Let's say I only take one small group, okay? It can be any group. Any group, I just take that group and then take an average result. And then from the average result, I compare with all of your marks. Okay, whether you did better than this average result, or you did worse than this average result. That is called norm reference test. Understand? Tashni, what is Tashni Vita? Tashni Vita.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, can you explain to me what is norm reference test?
It's based on our students' performance compared to other group.
Other group as in?
Like what you say about the ECE, like group, there's a lot of groups, so we'll compare between the groups.
No. You are almost there. You're almost there. You will take, okay, now there's so many groups, right? But I just take one group, all right? Either I take one group or I take one student from each group. It can be any way, all right? And then I get the average marks. Get it?
Oh, yes, Miss.
So after I got the average marks, all your marks will be compared to this average marks. So whether you are higher than this average marks or your marks are lower than this average marks. Got it?
Yes, Miss.
Thank you.
Miss?
Yeah.
I don't really understand.
Okay, which part?
The norm reference
Okay,
test?
the norm reference test. Okay, one more time. All right, now let's say I have this DECE group A to Z, 26 groups lah. All right, assuming. So, but then I like to choose, say, group, maybe group M, for example. All right, I chose group M. I do not know how many students in group M, maybe 10. Let's say there are 10 students in group M. So I take all of the 10 marks and the average it. Understand? After averaging the 10 of them in group M, let's say I have 70 marks, for example. 70 marks, okay? So what is the average of group M I say just now?
$70.
Okay, the average is 70 of this group M, okay? So now with this average 70, I take all of your marks, everyone, individually, and compare with this 70 marks. Whether you are higher, you got higher marks or you got lower marks than this average 70. That is called norm reference test. Understand?
Yes, Miss. Thank you.
Now it's clear?
Yes, Miss.
Who else? Yeah, thank you. Who else want me to explain again? Ho Hui Huan?
Yeah.
Yeah means what? Okay or not?
I think it's okay for me.
Understand, huh? Okay, that's great. Who else I have not called today? Please. Lu Zijing, can understand?
Yes, please.
Norm reference test. So, can you roughly explain what is norm reference test? Ask for explanation. Quiet. Who want to try? Who can try? Trinity?
Yes.
Oh yes, Ho Hui Huan, yes.
The average of a group of students.
And then? That's not complete, yeah? It's only 50%. What about the other 50%?
And then average.
Okay. Now you understand everyone takes the test same, okay? Then I will take one group only one group, and I do the average. All clear now? All clear? So after getting the average, maybe, okay, you give me the average marks, up to you. What is the average marks? Example.
70.
70, okay, you like 70. Okay, the average marks is 70 of this group. So now with these average marks, it will be compared to all of you individually. One by one, compared to these 70 marks. You did better than 70 or you did worse than 70. That is called norm reference test. Understand? It's just that, nothing so serious. Understand?
Yes, Miss.
Now you get it? Okay, I shall move on. So is here again the same thing. Non-reference tests are tests that provide information on how the performance of an individual compared with that unknown group average. Okay? Norms are useful because knowing a child's raw scores does not provide information on how children perform the same test. Let's say raw scores means now you do your test, you have question 1 A, B, C, question 2 A, B, question 3 A, B, C, D, for example. So all these small scores are the raw scores because you haven't added up the total yet. Okay? And then just for the raw scores, you cannot tell how well the child has done or not. Okay? However, limitation of non-reference tests is they provide only limited information about the ways children learn. You can't know much about how they learn. All right? Okay, now look at this. If you got 92 marks in your test, what does it mean? There's two interpretations. Would you like to try? I let you try first. You make your, okay, let's say you got this question as an exam, what do you think will be the answer? What do you think will be the two interpretations?
The test is very easy.
Sorry?
The test is very easy.
Yes, one of it is the test is very easy. What is the other?
I'm too clever.
Too clever. Yes, you are right. These are the two interpretations. All right, always in a test, that's what the universities will do. They will start doing a test, you know, and see why these students get also good marks. Are they really good? Or is it that the questions are too easy? Okay? Okay, Zoe got it right. So now we come to criterion reference tests. Criterion reference tests are tests that provide information on how individuals perform on some standards, okay, without considering performance of other people. Now, criterion test is just within you yourself being graded using criteria, just like what you are doing now. Okay, using criteria. There's rubrics, how to mark the papers, for example. So individually, okay, this one do this way, okay, she got 90. This one do this way, she got 50. This one do this way, he got 70. Example. It is how you answer according to the criteria given. Okay? It is not comparing you with another person. Got it?
Miss, can you repeat again?
Criterion reference test is not comparing you with other students. Okay? That's the difference between norm and criterion. It's not comparing you with other students. It's just how you have done for your own test. Because when you do a test or when you do an assignment, for example, which is also part of a test, yeah, you have rubrics. Just like your test also, we have rubrics how to mark this. We should give very complete answer, she got 10 marks. She give not so complete, maybe she got 6 marks, 7 marks, for example. Yeah. So those are the criteria. So criteria reference test is how well you have done for that question or for that test. Not comparing you with other people, no. Just comparing your work with the criteria given. Yes? Can understand?
Yes, Miss.
Now, okay? That's great. So you see criteria reference test, they have rubrics. It's very easy to understand, okay? I'll tell you other things you get confused. Just remember, there's rubrics for you to follow the criteria. See, criterion comes from the word criteria. Okay, you also can test how well how well you understood certain questions. Okay? How well developed, is your understanding for that. All right. Developmental screenings determine whether further evaluation is needed to identify disabilities or strategies for remediation. So that means whether you need any further remedy or not. Okay. It does not compare it compares a person's knowledge or skills against predetermined standard. Predetermined standard, that means the rubrics. Yeah, it's supposed to do like this, like this, like this. Did you do like this, like this, like this, according to the rubrics? Okay, so that's the thing. And then it is not comparing you with other students. It is rubrics as checklist evaluation tells how a person perform, okay, how well you perform based on the criteria given. Developmental screening is to identify disabilities and strategies for remediation, to remedy people who has issues, who has disabilities, yeah. So you give them a remedy after the screening, okay, how well they have developed in certain area. So is there any need of extra special needs? Okay, is there any special needs needed? Any special services needed? Okay. Compare non-reference test and criterion reference test. Norm reference test. Okay, let's just compare one with the other, yeah? Provide information on how the performance of an individual compares with others. Okay, got it? So you and the others compare with the average marks. Whereas criterion is provide information on how individual perform for student standard objective. The student standard objective means the criteria given. Did you answer all correctly 10 points there, or you only give 5 points? If you answer 10 points, you got your full marks. If you answer only 5 points, you got 50%. Okay, that is only on the questions, not on other people and you. Individual standing is compared with a lot of known group, yeah. So you are compared with that group that I was talking about just now. I pick up one group and you are compared with that group average marks. Criterion, all users interpret what an individual can do, yeah, without considering other people. You're not comparing your marks with other marks, other people's marks. You're comparing your marks with the criteria given. Any questions? Percentile rank is obtained to determine the relative standing in a norm group. So there is they use percentage lah, to see how well you are, which percentage you are in that group, yeah. Where do you stand compared to that group? Better or worse? Criteria will be designed to measure the results of instruction, yeah. All the questions got criteria for you to answer. I think you should know this, yeah. Looking at the rubrics, you should know, yeah. So how well you have answered according to the rubrics, the criteria given. Emphasize the discrimination among individuals. Yeah, when you compare one person and another, most people don't like to be compared. But because when you compare, you emphasize, yeah, how am I doing compared to that person? Am I better? Am I worse? Or same? Criterion reference. An individual's performance on a specific behavioral or instructional objective is an instruction, yeah? Emphasize description of performance, how well that one person did according to the criteria. Any questions? Let me drink some water. Okay. No questions, huh? I hope you can answer me later on. Advantages and disadvantages of norm reference tests. Advantages is they are easy for instructors to use. Huh? They work well in situations requiring rigid differentiation among students. That means you want to check so many students, how to check they did well or not. You just take a sample, a group of sample students, and you compare. Easy in that sense to get the differentiation. They are generally appropriate in large courses, yeah, like in large courses. Then compare lah. Just take one group, average the marks, and compare how well. Where do you stand in percentage? Yeah. The disadvantages. Individual's grade is determined by other people's grade. Understand? It's not by himself or herself, but your grade is compared to other people's grade to tell you that whether you have done well or not. That is a disadvantage. You may have done very well. Maybe you got 90 marks. Or maybe you got, well, say 80 marks. But because their average is 90 marks, or very high marks, so you become 80, you become no good. Actually, it's still good lah, all right? So because of that, it become like not so good. So there's a disadvantage. Advantages of criterion reference test. Students are not competing with each other. Yeah, I said you are only competing and doing to know how well you can grade yourself or how well you have done by comparing to your answers to the what? To the what? Who can tell me? Comparing your answers to the
criteria.
Criteria. Huh? Hey. Where am I? Students are not comparing each other, you're comparing to your criteria. Students are thus more likely to actively help each other because you're not comparing with each other, you're comparing with the rubrics, how you can do. So you don't mind helping each other, that's what it says. And I hope you don't mind, okay? A student's grade is not influenced by the ability of other people, okay? You just based on the criteria, the rubrics given to you. The disadvantages, it is difficult to set a reasonable standard for students. Most experienced faculty set criteria based on their knowledge on how students usually perform now. They faculty as in, okay, you are under education faculty, right? So maybe the lecturers know your standard, how well you can do or until how much you can do or what you cannot do. So because of that, the lecturers want you to do well. So they put the criteria based on your knowledge. You understand? Based on what you can do. So they hope that by putting that way, you achieve what they want. So it becomes a little bit biased. But that is what criteria is about. That's what they are saying here. Understand or not? Any questions? Yes? Please ask me before we go into tutorial. I got some other questions for you to practice because we are already at lecture 10. 2 more lessons, we have our revision and that's it. Right now. So fast, huh? Okay, come, fast. Any questions? So I assume you understand. It's very scary when there's no answer, you know. Let me randomly call anyone. How about Jolene?
No, miss.
No means what? Can you tell me what is criterion reference test? Based on what? Look at the title. Criterion reference test. Based on what?
Advantages and disadvantages.
Criterion reference test. You look at the title. The title says what? Criterion reference test, right? Criteria. Based on criteria. Based on what? Jolene, based on what I just told you? Train it. Yes. Yes?
Student standards.
Student standards. Based on criteria. Okay? Criterion reference test is based on
Criteria.
yes. I've been saying so many times. I'm even giving you the answer. Okay, based on criteria. The criteria are what? The criteria are the rubrics given to you. How we mark your papers based on the rubrics. Individually, how well you did. Understand or not?
Yes, miss.
Thank you. Chong Eng Teng, what about norm reference test? Norm reference test.
Norm reference tests provide information on how the performance of an individual compares with others.
Compare with others. Average, not compare with others. The group, average marks. Okay. There's a special group. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. At least you answer around there. Thank you very much. So I will think I want to put you into your groups and you will do some tutorial questions, yeah? Okay. Before I go into tutorial questions, you have anything, how is your assignment doing? Now, all of you, please don't go out and come in now. I want to prepare to get you to your groups because once I set to the group and you go out and come in, I cannot put you back to the group and you have to be outside talking on WhatsApp with your group. Understand? Okay? I noticed this many times when I already put you in the group and then you drop out, you come in again. They just cannot put you back again. Can everybody understand what I'm saying?
Can, Miss.
Thank you. All right. What was my question just now? Yep, I'm going to put you into groups for you to answer the some tutorial questions. Yeah, just hold on. Please don't go out now, once you are inside the group especially. I'm just going to open and see who is outside. Don't go yet, okay? The room is open, but you don't go yet. What you are supposed to do is, okay, never mind. You go to the Google working slides and then I will put it there. So you can go to your okay, y'all can go to your rooms, yeah? Those outside, is it that you don't have a place to go? Please let me know. Those outside there. Those who are outside, you got no place to go, is it? Please talk to me. Hello.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so I do not know why your names is not there. Just tell me which group you are in. I just put you through.
Shubhashini is a Tashwinta group, Miss.
Give me the group room number. What is? Give me your number, please. Oh my gosh, I got to check myself. Give me your number so that I can send you easily.
I'm from group 8, Miss. I and Lemon.
8, Purga is 8. Okay, hold on.
Lemon also.
Purga is 11.
No, I and Lemon.
Who?
In group 8.
Purga lah. You are talking right, Purga.
Yeah, and Lemon.
You are 11. Hold on, Purga 11.
No, Miss. I and two linemen in group 8.
You just tell me what number. Don't have to tell me who, okay? Just tell me what number.
Group 8.
Okay, that's what I need. Just hold on, because I don't know why every time those balance whether got problem getting in. Purga. Eight. Okay, 8. Okay, next, give me your room number.
Me, Miss 6, room 6.
6, okay. Just hold on. It's loading, it's very slow, so please hold on. Okay, now next 6, okay, Suba is 6. Suba, why you got 2? I also cannot understand. That's why when I have 2 names there, it give me problem, 6, okay. Why I already copied the thing is missing, Okay, next.
Miss Cynthia.
Yes, Cynthia?
I'm at group 3.
Group 3. Hold on, Usha. Okay, next. Usha?
I'm group 10, Miss.
10,
Yeah.
Okay. Usha, you also got 2 names. Okay. Okay, next.
Miss
Yeah.
Kai here. Group
Yeah.
3.
3. Oh, why just now you didn't tell me together? Group 3, Kai.
Miss
Yeah.
Trisha Gayatri is also Tisha Gayatri.
Oh, also group 3, Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Tisha Gayatri. Tisha Gayatri. Okay, got that name here. Why got so many names? I also don't know which one is you. Tisha, you keep changing your 3. Okay, group 3. Okay, next. Kai, why you outside? 2 lineman or Kai, which one faster?
Miss. Group 8.
Group 8. 2 lineman 8, wait,
Yeah.
Why just now you didn't tell me, And Kai. Kai,
Yes, Miss.
you
Group
are?
3. Group 3.
Why all the group 3 outside? Ayo. Kai, okay. Oh. Well, I cannot add you already. I think you came out and went in again, so now I cannot add you already. Oh, can. Now can, all right. Oh, I still cannot add.
I leave again and I come in again, okay?
Oh, I think you leave and come in, that's why I cannot. That's why
Okay,
I'm trying to say.
I try now.
Who is the other one? Who is the other one? Tisha, Gayatri, which group are you? Tisha, Gayatri, ayo, please talk to me. Why are you not answering? Tisha, Gayatri, you disappeared. Tisha, Gayatri, all also not available. That means you are not here, you know. Group 3, Kai?
Yes.
But still cannot. I still cannot. There's no button for me to click. Assign. That's why I say once you're in, you're come out, it's very difficult to put back so far. So Kai and Tisha, I think you're just WhatsApp in the group lah, can or not?
Yes, Miss.
Sorry,
Yes.
because cannot. I try so many times. Each time you are in, you come out, go in again, it got problem one.
So, okay, yes. I will chat in WhatsApp group.
Yes, thank you.
It's okay.
Why so many empty space here? Why so many empty here?
Miss,
Yes.
Tyler, just now you assigned me to the wrong room. So, and just now Hui Huan got call you and I think that you didn't see it. So I leave and join again.
Hui Huan call me?
I think it's in the chat box.
Oh, I see chat box.
Uh-uh.
That's, I didn't see the chat box. Hold on. So what is it that, what are you saying again? Sorry.
I'm in the wrong room, wrong group. I'm in room 2, group 2.
But you told me group 3 just now.
Oh.
Wait, but I say just now, I already say once you're out now, it's difficult for me to put your back in again.
No, Miss, actually I'm in room 2, but I don't know why suddenly I'm assigned to room 3. So
if you're already in room 2, then
yeah, I don't know why suddenly I'm.
That's why this app got problem, you see. You are group 2 Let me see if you can. Let me try You're Kai right?
Yeah.
How you call Kai
Chang Kai.
I cannot assign already. There's no number for me to assign already. That's why once you all come out and come in again, this is the problem, That's why I keep saying just now. If you're in already, try not to come out lah. You see, I show you the flow won't allow already one. Okay, assign participants. Chang Kai You see, it doesn't allow me anymore. I just show you a picture here. Hold on, I want to show you because it doesn't work once you come out. I send the video to you, you see, there's nothing for me to assign anymore. All right. So you just talk in your WhatsApp group, please.
Okay.
You see the video, I cannot assign because there's no button for me to put. Kai also,
Yes, Miss.
Thank you. Sorry. Eesh. Okay, is everyone back here?
Yes, Miss.
Everyone back here. Okay, so I think most of you got it, but please remember the keyword. The keyword in time sampling is to observe with time. Okay, given you choose a behavior that you want to observe. Remember, time sampling, you choose the behavior you want to observe, and then you give yourself, say, maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes, up to you. And inside the 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or 1 hour, you give yourself maybe 5 minutes or 7 minutes or 6 minutes each time, up to you. Okay, but there must be an interval of time for you to observe. And then also to see whether the behavior that you want to check, whether when he throw tantrum, whether you can see in every 5 minutes or not. If you set at 5 minutes lah, whether it's present there every 5 minutes or it's not there. Understand? So the keyword for time sampling is the time given to observe a certain behavior that you have chosen over a time period. It can be every day for 7 days, but half an hour each time, and in each half an hour you will have an interval of 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, how many times you throw tantrum and eat a lot? Understand? Hello? Can understand?
Yes, Miss.
Now, so you look at the last slide. I put the sample 137, slide number 137. You see, I put a sample of behavior. Okay, in this case, this is talking about reading. So your sample will be what? Your behavior will be what? Slide 137, your behavior will be what? Hello, please tell me your behavior will be what?
Throwing tantrum and eating a lot.
Correct. Throwing tantrum and eating a lot. So, and then behavior definition will be what? It's just throwing tantrum lah. So, okay. So, whatever you see, whether he throw tantrum when he's alone or he throw tantrum when he's with his peers or something like this. So, the total number of total time observed, maybe you put 60 minutes is 1 hour, either 60 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. There is no right or wrong. It's up to you how long you want to observe. You can even put every 40 minutes every day for, say, 2 weeks. Also can. All right? And your interval is every 10 minutes, for example, here. Okay, the 15 minutes, you can put 10 minutes, 5 minutes, up to you. Can you all get me? And then you can draw something like this. So here, interval 1, 2, 3, 4 means what? Every how many minutes? According to this, is every how many minutes? According 15 minutes. Understand? So your behavior is throwing tantrum and eating a lot. Okay, in groups or by himself, with his peers, or at home, can be anything. All right, and then from what time you start? Maybe you start, say, okay, your class start at 3 p.m. Okay, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., for example, okay? And then every 10 minutes, because 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. is 3 hours, so every 10 minutes. So you put every 10 minutes here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many intervals you have? All right, and then do you observe every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes? Do you see here throwing tantrum? Yes, put yes. No, put no. Maybe some. It's not always yes. It's not always no. It's sometimes yes, sometimes no. Get it? Understand?
Yes, Miss.
Any questions on this time sample?
Miss, I have a question.
Okay.
I don't understand like how the like what the eating a lot part has to do with the throwing tantrums.
Oh, you know, children, it has not. You can say it has something to do. You can say it has nothing to do. It's all because of the observation people saw. Maybe when he's angry, he throw tantrum, he will start eating, something like that. There are children who are like that. Yeah, maybe like some children, they get very upset, they eat a lot, you know. So we just want to observe. Huh?
Okay, thank you, Miss.
All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? Okay, whatever questions I ask you from now on, please pay extra attention, yeah? It will help you in your exam. I'm not saying that for sure it will come out, but somewhere along the line. Okay? All right, it may not come out the exact question. It may come out another way. So at least roughly you have an idea. Is that okay? Any questions? Hello, before we go?
So far, no, Miss.
So far, no. Okay.
No questions, Miss.
Yeah, Vanessa?
No questions.
Thank you. Who else? Oh, Hoi Huan? Yes, Aiman? Yes, Aiman?
No question, Miss.
Okay, thank you.
No question, Miss.
All right. Okay, if that is so, we will dismiss now. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Hey, thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.